Hello, footies, and welcome to another episode of the Tuesday Club 2.0. This time we have the trifecta of Neil, Homer, and myself. So, hey Neil, how's things with you?
Good to be on. How's things? I can't complain, thanks. Always good to be on the pod.
That's amazing, Homer. How's things with you?
Yeah, all good. Thanks for having us back on.
Oh, glad to be here. Glad to be here. Look, it's just another week, another episode, and another time. I think Neil's gonna get sick of me saying haven't played much, but I have engaged with the game. I have engaged with the game. I have different aspects of the game that I've engaged with, and I'm ready for a, let's not say a rant fest, but a fun fest. Let's just take it that way. Right, gents. Let's get started with positive of the week and negative of the week. So, Homer, let's go with you. What's your positive and negative of the week?
Positive was the Flash event. Last night was no rules, so just fun, run around, kicking lumps out everybody, offside goals, you name it. Just you couldn't sit back and defend, so it was really positive. Like you could just go ham and have fun. The
Yeah,
negative, it's just gameplay and the community's style of play is just so negative. So it was good to have something that you could counter and not be punished.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, I do love a no rules myself, and when I catch up with the lads, I really want to play no rules. No one wants to, but I love that. I love that game mode. Neil, what about yourself?
Just got to echo Homer for the positives. The no rules mode's been fantastically fun. Mainly because it gives you a break from playing against sitting back and parking the bus, which is sadly the current meta. And it doesn't look like it's going to be changed either in the coming times, which we're going to talk about. Negatives, I'll save my negatives for the content chat. I don't have much positives to say other than the no rules mode's been great fun. I'll keep my
Wise man.
negatives for the rest of the chat.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's just keep that. Let's keep our feelings under a stone for now, and we'll just unleash everything in due course. So, ladies and gentlemen, just wait out for Neil to reveal how he feels about the content. But my positive of the week, very in line with you guys. I haven't played the no rules mode, but I must say I really enjoyed not having to play rivals and champs, but engaging. As I said last week, I'm engaging with the tournaments and things that EA is pushing out. And just a tip for anyone that's an average FIFA player like myself, an average player, forget playing it for the first couple of days. Just jump in towards the end of the tournament. I got every single thing done. I won the gauntlets. I won the pro tournament. I won the secondary, whatever you call the qualifying, and the real one. All literally in the last day of those things existing, and it's a lot of fun. You can get a whole heap of packs. It was really good fun. I've tried different players, had a ball. So anyone that's wondering whether to play the other side quests of the game as such, enjoy them. They're much more fun than the main quest. I really enjoyed that. Negative of the week, exactly as Neil said, the content. Right, Neil. Let's rip this band-aid. I'll just give a teaser. Number one, we spoke about this. I think you and me spoke about this for 2 weeks in a row where we said Thunderstruck was going to be the time we engage with the game, the time that we actually enjoy ourselves opening packs. It hasn't been fun at all. I haven't really enjoyed the fact of just ripping pack after pack after pack and not finding any special. What's your take on content, Neil?
I'm not massively fussed about not packing a special card because I get special cards are meant to be special. My biggest grind of it is that the the requirements to do these SBCs have been far too over demanding. Take 84 times free, for example, required 16 rare gold players. 16 rare gold players. It's costed 10,000 coins essentially in value to do that SBC to get back 284s, maybe an 85. The pack weight, I'd happily settle for high rated golds. I wasn't getting that to do it. So the continuous grind wasn't continuous for me. You could do the daily bronze, the daily silver, the daily commons. You could then go into the daily rares. It would get you 1, 2 of an 84 times 3 done max. Then you've got to try and do an 82 times 10, which were hard to get finished because of that. I've got always packing was Team of the Weeks, which was good because you need lots of Team of the Weeks. The 83 times 3s, again, rares, wasn't getting anything. 80 plus pair picks, wanting rares all the time. And you weren't getting anything back other than silver packs and 2-player packs. So you're not recycling. Content in that sense, I don't know if we want to talk about this after, if you want to talk about it just now, the same kind of rant, but the upgrade SBCs compared to what a store pack would give you was night and day. So I packed my name dropping for weekend. I packed the What special card. I believe it was the Cornerstones.
Yep.
I packed What's I got him for my special. I picked one of the special packs, and
From the
I
store?
got from the store. I put money into the store for that, and I got Iker Casillas only because I did the Icon store pack because I felt, well, why not? I don't fancy doing the Icon SBC, so I'll do the store pack. Try to forget any other special cards. Team of the Weeks. I packed Team of the Weeks. Benjamin Pavard was one of the Team of the Weeks who seems to be usable, so he's fodder price, but he's really good. He's got Jockey Plus. Used him, not used any others. And last night I bought another store pack with coins because I've been reading the reviews on the player picks. It was 60k for one of the player picks, so I got a Diogo Dalot.
Oh, okay.
Thunderstruck, but again, it's from a store pack. Out of all the upgrade SBCs, I didn't see one Thunderstruck card, not one.
Therein lies my point. I think that was my negative in the sense that normally you'd get something that comes out. I mean, from on day one, I opened a whole heap of packs that I saved up, 85 threes, all these special packs, not a single special card from any of them. Yep. Before I go into my own individual selfish rant, Homer, what's your take on the content and how have you been engaging with it?
Dial. I said on Friday's show, Chris asked me to give it a grade, and I sort of gave it a middle ground grade. I'd like to retrogradely downgrade it to an E or an F. It's just rubbish. Like, I tried to be positive, and I was like, do you know what? Yeah, we're not getting the overall boost with the Thunderstruck this year, but they've been a bit more kind with the requirements. You can get an upgrade with a draw, and I thought, give with one hand, take with another. I could live with that. I thought upgrades are going to be great. We can grind away, like packs and everything, like the wait on Friday, like with the icons and everything. I thought this is going to be great. This is a great start. Absolute rubbish. I've packed All Black and I've packed Flavic. The only two I've came close to, and they're not even worth anything. Obviously, I got the objective ones by just playing, and I done the Nkunku SBC just because my club's so stacked. I can't open packs without being unassigned because my transfer list and my storage is full. So I thought I'd do Nkunku just because he was cheap, reasonable, and easy to get done. But it's rubbish. Like, I said today in the Discord, like, we've got the best of informs, and it's this rubbish rule that they've implemented where you can pack the inform of a special card. So, seeing the walkouts that come up, Turkish central midfielder Serie A, I was like, yes, I love Inter players. Here we go. It's Hakan Çalhanoğlu. It's his Thunderstruck. No, it's a duplicate inform.
The team of the week.
Yeah,
That
it's just
sucks.
I said that was the one. That was the one I packed as well. I forgot. That's the one I packed him last night on an 80 free. It was Çalhanoğlu. That's the first I got from an upgrade SBC in 4 days.
And I said to you, I was jealous because it's the one I wanted. I love Inter players. Like, we've got Barella on the season pass. It's like lovely. It's going to be good. I said last year when they didn't introduce the new rule, like, but you can get informs. Like, it was stupid then. It's stupid now. Content's rubbish. I don't. Like Neil says, they're driving everybody at the store. It's bleed your club dry with all these crap upgrades that just don't pay out. Silver packs, like, go and spend money and we'll give you something shiny. And I've got FIFA points sitting there. I've said this before. People, like, I'm a man of, I don't ask for anything in reward for doing things for people. So people buy me like FIFA points because they know it's one of my few things in life that I really enjoy as a reward. I have hundreds of FIFA points sitting there. I have no desire to spend them.
But keeping them for Team of the Year if it was me. Just before you give your thoughts, Shaq.
That's all right.
I mean, you're talking about grading, Homer. I mean, what out of 10, guys? What would you give this promo? What, like, we had big expectations. We all did. Specifically, Shaq. We discussed this. How much we're looking forward to. What would you give it out of 10?
Before you give this year's Thunderstruck promo a rating, just give me last year's Thunderstruck promo a rating first, both of you. I'm keen to see how it compares, just in your mind. Nostalgia is a thing, but briefly, what did you think last year was, Thunderstruck wise? Do you have any fond memories? 7 or 8?
It was about that. I can't put me in the spot, mate. So
do you remember Kenny Dalglish? Kenny Dalglish had
yes.
a SBC. There was
some good SBCs.
Pajot
think
got an SBC. She was brilliant. She was usable
Yeah,
all the way up to Team of the Year.
correct. I
it
think
was a better promo last year.
much better
Definitely.
promo
I don't
last year.
remember complaining about it this much. I mean, this year, I would have said I'd be giving this a 2 or a 3.
Good.
It depends who you're selling it. If for a store pack buyer, you'd be giving this promo 9 out of 10, wouldn't you? Probably.
Yeah, our favorite streamer Anthony Day has been doing really well on the storefront.
He
He's
spends
packing.
hundreds, but he's packed loads. Yeah.
He's packed loads every day. He's got a new player. Good for him. Like I don't. There's nothing. If someone who wants to engage with the store pack, there's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, do whatever you think is right. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But not having access to regular cards or an upgrade grind through not spending money on the store pack, that's when I have an issue. What's your rating? 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7?
1 or 2.
1 or 2.
I can't even give it a 3. Sorry, that's just like I said, taking away the overall boost. The pack weight's terrible. Even just for lower end cards, that it's so hard to pack one. Like unless you're willing to spend FIFA points, don't see. Maybe even the content, the SBCs are terrible. Like, in Kunku,
There's no grind. There's no grind.
in Kunku,
SBCs have been poor.
yeah, in Kunku, like I done them just out of necessity, but I wouldn't put him in my team, to be honest. Like Torres, I tried out his loan. He was clinical. He scored 10 out of 5 loan games in weekend league, but clunky, horrible. Wouldn't waste my fodder on him.
Okay.
There's nothing in this promo that, since I'm so excited and I was willing to give it everything, they've done nothing over this weekend that says this is a good promo for me. They've killed it all.
Completely. Completely agree. Agree with everything you both said. I think from my perspective as well, as we've discussed, I mean, you guys have really articulated quite well, but essentially not having that endless grind and not having any reward for example, I've opened every single 82 by 10 from Friday onwards till today. Haven't packed a single special from there. Not a single special that's come out of mine. I'm not saying I should get specials. I didn't even get enough fodder to complete things. For example, the one good piece of content that's actually come out, that's a really good piece of content, is the Carlos Alberto and Cafu SBC. And the reason I haven't started that SBC is because I just will have to just grind for that one SBC rather than just making a gamble. Prior years, I probably would have said, you know what, Carlos Alberto will be actually a useful card all the way till maybe Team of the Year or even later than that. At this point in time, I don't see myself actually grinding towards anything because I don't really have a reason to engage too much with the game. They're not giving me a reason to engage with the game, so I shall not engage with the game. I'll just engage with the game the way I see fit. But the Carlos Alberto versus Cafu is a pretty decent SBC, I think. The rest of the SBCs, I think Torres is probably okay. Koundé SBC that came out today was probably okay. I think we've had a couple of other players that have come out as well that are just barely, just about touching the surface. I think you articulated Torres exactly what I thought my issues with Torres would have been, where he might be clunky. He might be good. He's got the low-driven shot. He might be good, but he's just a slight upgrade on the other SBC. The only one good thing is the repeatable icon SBC that we've got with the no cap. Decentish price. Decentish. I mean, if you've opened all the packs from the start till now, you probably could complete 1 or maybe 2 of them, so that's pretty good. That's the best I can think of. But otherwise, apart from that, not having a repeatable grind this year has really killed the game off for a lot of people. And I'm just concerned about what happens from here on in. Neil.
I've done the Capita SBC because it's 540k, I think, to complete for a player who's worth short of 1 million coins. So I've done him, but I've had to wait a week. I've had to wait a full week to not do anything other than that. I can't. I've looked at Torres. I've already got a Rashford Evo that does low driven plus and does the exact same thing. So there's no need for me to do Torres. He's fast. He's overpriced as well. His base card is around 2k. It's a slight upgrade in his base card, but he's up 200k on that.
Yeah.
So it's far too expensive. Koundé is laughable. 500k for a card that is plus ones across the board, no extra playstyles. His base card's 20k. He's well running his base card. It's the same. If you're paying for the dynamic image, then fair play to you. It's up to you, but you'd be off your nut to complete that.
Yeah. I think that's the part that I think a lot of people were waiting for Koundé to be the be all and end all, and it just hasn't been hasn't been as good as people thought he was going to be, and that's kind of disappointed a lot of people as well.
I
And I think
the content's there. To interrupt, the content is there. It's not giving you anything back to recycle. The content is the problem. As it says, 15, 16 gold 16 gold rares, and you're getting back a silver pack and a 2-player pack in return. It's not fair. It's just not. It's not. There's nothing to return on that.
yeah, it's almost like it feels like EA overplayed their hand, expecting people like the casuals. We're not the casuals, but people like us to go to the provisions pack and just keep grinding and getting those gold rares into the club. And I think I couldn't be bothered. Like there's been so many SPCs that upgrade packs that I just thought, you know what, it's too hard. It's too hard. Like it shouldn't be. The whole point of these upgrade SPCs is, yeah, make it that slightly where you have to manage your club, maybe yes, but then if you make it very complicated, where you either have to constantly buy players to complete your daily quota of SPCs or open a store pack to complete your quota of SPCs, you've lost people. You will lose quite a lot of people. You might have the schmucks that might try and attempt it one day, but having them come back and attempt it again and again and again is just not going to happen. And that's the part that I feel like EA has overplayed their hand. And I just feel a little bit, I'm just concerned about the player base going from here on in, because as we discussed, Neil, we've discussed it 2 weeks in a row. This is why I'm bringing it up, in the fact that we were expecting a huge influx of the player base to come through. We were expecting people to just be jumping, just grinding, playing the game, engaging with the game. But what they've done is it's not happened. Exactly. It's just not happened. And I think you've driven more people like myself, who were really waiting to fully get back into the game. I'm just like, no, I'll just play something else for a little while, just to I'll wait for the game to call me back. I will engage with content. Like I've done quite a few the 8210s, like I said, every day. But otherwise, I have the gameplay wise, I haven't played a single game on some days during this promo, which is laughable. And you see the number of people that will be thinking exactly the same. And that's the part I think that EA has genuinely tried to do a one quick cash grab, and it just hasn't worked out, I think. Well, any last thoughts on the content before we move on to glorious things?
I generally hope that they have a rabbit in their hat here. Generally hope they do, because it's just been so bad. I hope that somehow between now and Friday they pull something out the bag to make us all say, sorry, we doubted you, thank you for... But like you said, there's just no dangling of a carrot at the moment. There's nothing. So I generally hope they've got something up their sleeve that brings everybody back, because right now it just doesn't look good at all.
Gents, are we being a bit rough in regards to the other content like evolutions? I think we haven't really spoken about evolutions, but I do know there's quite a few evolutions that came out during this promo, like the Flash Evos, as well as some of the other ones that Thunderstruck specific Evos. Anything that was worth engaging with, you think, from your point of view?
I've done them all. Like, I've been trying to obviously make my Rangers team as strong as possible so that it can compete. There's been quite a few good evils, yeah. That's been good, but like content-wise, it lies in like SBCs, objectives. That no, like they've really failed us, to be honest. We've all, like I said, we've came in with so much hype, expectations of great things, and it's just been a letdown. So the evils have been good. My Rangers team's looking really strong. I know they brought out an Evo Cup, and half of my best players can't even play in it because they've capped it. So it's like, what was the point?
Cap an Evo Cup Evos? It's mental.
That's it.
So then this is where like, I know I'm being negative, but like, do you know what I mean? It's one hand, it's like excited. Oh, you give me something I'm happy about, and then it's like, but here I am to dampen your mood by like pouring water over your fire because we're going to cap the evil. Like, just make it all evils, and it doesn't matter about the cap. Like, but you've got to have so many evils, and they're capped. Like, it's just silly, man.
Exactly. I think I was really enjoying using Kobe Manu. I thought, I'll just Evo him. Evoed him I was playing the cup, Evoed him, and then realized after playing one game, as soon as I claimed the Evo, I cannot play him again. And I was like, I just stopped playing. I was like, there's no point. Like, I was doing this to play with Kobe Manu. If I can't use him, what's the point? Neil?
Yeah, I want to touch back on your grinding for SBCs as such. So last year we shouldn't have to such grind over a couple of weeks for a KSBC. Last year, for instance, I enjoy grinding towards a big SBC You think of the ones last year you could grind for, early doors you could grind for. I think Carlos Alberto actually was one of them. Vieira was an SBC last year. That took me 3 or 4 weeks to complete. The reason I stuck with that and ground towards that card was because I knew that Champs Awards, Rivals Awards were going to pay out to get me at least one, if not, if I get lucky, 2 of these squads done to get them done. If I was to grind a Vieira SBC right now at 1 million coins on the current state of rewards, when am I getting that finished? March? Do you know what I mean? But there's no hope there at the moment in that sense. There's no grinding in the sense of you could say I'll save my Rivals Awards and I'll get a couple of squads done for such and such. It's dire.
Yeah, that's completely acceptable. I think last year we had, as we've discussed before, last year we not only had access to really good rewards where we kept getting enough fodder to complete and engage with SBCs, but we also kept getting specials that were. I remember specials popping out from our packs left, right, and center. This year, after engaging with the whole of the content from Friday till now, I got Marco Asensio as the only special, not even Thunderstruck only special that I've packed in all those packs this year.
This time last year we had a baby Cruyff to start grinding towards.
That's
what
it.
What fun that! What a card that was! What fun that was!
What a card!
Nothing close to that this year.
Nothing close to that.
That was Thunderstruck as well.
Absolutely. I do remember last year having a lot of really good content for us to grind with, along with a lot of good SBCs, a lot of good evolutions as well, and we also had a lot of. The pack weight was slightly more favorable. Fodder was coming out of packs, which allowed you to grind. So everything was like there was the equilibrium was there, where things were actually happening. Whereas this year, just the balance is off. The balance is just completely off. And who knows what's going to happen from here on in. Well, I think we've dissected Thunderstruck and Black Friday promo as much as we probably can. I think we can go on for another hour discussing about the shortcomings from EA's point of view. But again, I think because it's a Tuesday club, we cannot ignore the fact that we have to discuss a patch incoming. Gents, there's another patch coming. I think as far as I can tell, it's actually been dropped this a couple of hours ago. Have any of you engaged with the new patch? No?
I've played
Thomas?
one.
Any difference?
Not really. Still same negative gameplay. Everybody's still sitting back. Everybody's still... They've not really done much, to be honest, have they? What did this... They're not changing defending. They're re-evaluating it still internally, which, as you said before, rumours online, whether that's true or not, is that they're not going to touch it because of scaring people away while there is money to be made. I don't think, I believe it. I think that they're too scared to touch it in case they don't fix it. That so many patches that they've released, how many times has it took them 2 or 3 attempts to get something sorted properly? I don't think there is anything changed at all that's worthwhile. Like they even said there's going to be some sort of seasonal update to the main menu. That's not even there. Like they're patching things and they're saying things and it's just not happening.
No, I completely agree. I think I don't know, gents, if you remember the first or second podcast that we did together, you guys both were completely opposed to EA coming out with these patches on a regular basis, and I was like, no, they're actually listening. It's probably a good thing they're actually engaging. They want to know what's happening. They're trying to keep up. And I just thought it was like a thing that they're keeping, and they will come back to us maybe every couple of months, maybe. The number of patches they've actually thrown at us, I am completely in your camp where they just need to let the bloody game breathe for a little while. I don't want, unless they're fixing something like that's really frustrating right now, just let the game be for a little while till you figured everything out, and then fix it once and for all, rather than constantly changing the game every week. And I'm getting patch fatigue. One thing that they've said that they fixed this time, Neil, was goalkeeper movement.
Didn't need it.
Is that's it, as we discussed last week.
As I said, the exact words I used, but the exact words I used were you can be rewarded for it and you can be extremely punished and look foolish for it. I come back to it again. The game the damage is done in this tense of gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
I think if they learn anything from this, stop listening to the community. Just don't listen to them. Just let them go on with the game. Bring a game out and back it.
there's no problem listening to the community, but try and combine
Oh,
all
there
those
is,
things into
because
one. Don't
no,
just
but if
keep throwing a
you
patch.
no, because if you're listening to the community, we wouldn't be having this discussion. It's probably the best way I could word it. They've said they're not going to touch AI defending. AI defending is pretty much one of the biggest problems in the game at the moment. It's the reason why I have so many players are playing negatively, playing park and rust football. Frankly, and it pains me to say it, it is the only way to steadily win a number of games in this game is by sitting back with your CM and saying, go, try and break me down, and then I'll hit you in the counter. And if you play somebody who's better at part and bus than you, that's when you lose. And that's what the game is.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair. And I think the part of keep listening to the community that I'm referring to is, the start of the game and the early few podcasts that we did together, we all collectively said maybe you can buff jockeying just a little bit. That's the part of the community feedback that they should be listening to. But it's hard, I think, with
Yeah,
all the noise. It's hard
but
for them to.
the problem you've got is that, try to word it right, so players are only happy when, especially this community, right? Players are only happy when what? They're winning games. If they're winning
Yeah,
games, they're not complaining. Yeah?
correct.
So if you've got a guy just going, I've got a CM running about, park them in between my two centre backs. My defending's going to jockey everybody. I mean, if you continuously double tap R2 or R1 on your PlayStation, you've essentially got three players running about doing marking while you control another player. And if people are winning games regularly like that, they're not complaining. People, they just want to win. That's the only version of the game people want, is a game that they want to win. They don't care if the game's good. They just want the game to win for them. And if they're not winning it, it's a crap game. That's pretty much sums up the community.
Yeah, that is a bit of an issue. And then when you're trying to constantly cater for the people that are not winning at the game, you just make the game as AI based and as assisted as possible. So you give them the best advantage. And that's the thing that we've been crying out against for the past, I don't know how many ever years, where I think at the start of the year, people who had a skill gap could actually use that skill gap to an advantage. Whereas now, you have people where the AI can actually defend for you and it mimics the attacking player's movement. So there's literally no hope. So yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. And I think I'm really frustrated that they are still saying that AI defending is under review when they know this has been an issue. So why haven't they fixed it yet? And any word on whether they fixed the squad battles, the AI movement in squad battles?
Well, they said that it was going to be touched. I haven't played squad battles to test it or not. I only played a couple of the Evo Cup games. But I agree with Neil. But just going back a bit quickly, that
Mm.
stop the community, because for me, I did say that I was vehemently against the patches all from the beginning. I did agree that jockey speed could be increased. I said I would give you that one, but as a whole, I says don't touch everything else because you're just going to ruin the game. And I did pretty much proclaim that the people that are complaining about it being too hard, that defending needed to be completely boosted and everything else, I was like, they're the ones that will turn around once the AI's been boosted to the moon and back, that it's too hard again. And we're now seeing the same people that complained at the start are now complaining again. And it's just like, why would you want to listen to that? They're telling you one thing, and now the thing that you've given them that they've asked for, now they're complaining. They should have just left it where it was, a nice, good, free-flowing, open game, and now it's stagnant. So I do agree with Neil's point. Like, they should just stop listening. They should just put a game out
Yeah.
and they just go with it. Like, their sister company Codemasters, they've done that with the F1 game. They released the game and they goes, "This is the game. Get used to it." So much so that the community went, "It's not the best, but it's not the worst, and we'll go out with it." And they've left it, and it's grown, it's got better, and there's so much so that they've now agreed that they're not going to bring out a new F1 game next year. Going to leave it as it is and build on a better game for 2027. Do you mean FC should be doing the same thing? This is the game. Get used to it. We'll fix things that are really stupid, like when you get a free kick at the side of the pitch and the flag interferes with
Yeah.
your screen. Trophies still sitting on the pitch. Just disable that. Like, that's a simple thing. Just go in and disable that, the coding. Who cares about trophies sitting at the side of the pitch? Flick up volleys. Like, they've supposedly patched that, so that's going to be resolved. I'll believe it when I see it. There's so many things that could be ultimately fixed, and they're not fixing the right things for me. But
Yeah.
I'll test squad battles later on today, and I'll let you know in the Discord or later on in the pod. So
I suppose squad battles is a small fraction of what I was trying to achieve with this patch, but I think a lot of things. The reason I brought it up was a lot of things EA said, we'll look into it, we'll get back to you, but then they released a patch without fully fixing things. Neil, you had your hand up?
I posted a picture up in our Discord where one specific game, but I had 3 or 4 in a row where I was winning games of squad battles with 30% possession against 70% possession of the AI, and it's mine normally boring. So
Yeah.
if that's not been patched, it frankly needs to be fixed. So the AI will just pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. He's well sitting back and just saying, "Here, on you go." It's just the whole game seems to just be sit back, counter attacking football. That's the absolute meta at the moment. Between squad battles, that's what you're having to do. In rivals, it's even worse.
Yeah, no, I haven't played a game of Rivals in a while, but yeah, I would completely agree. Completely agree. Well, fingers crossed. I think hopefully, I think I just saw a message from our good old Tuesday Club member saying played a few games with the new patch. Goalkeeper movement is definitely nerfed, but it's still a thing. So that feedback, you think it's nerfed, but it's still a thing, means they've probably done something well. But we'll try it out for ourselves and give it an update next
You just be
week.
waiting for goalkeepers to just fall over. And it'll be back to Travellas and finesses for 40 yards again. That'll be the next problem.
Oh no! I can't stand those Travellas and finishes from outside the box. It was frustrating last year. But I guess that was the one thing. Green time finishing with being removed, that was the one advantage that we have, is where you don't have these long range Travellas and finesses that would come and destroy us. But let's see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Well, gents, moving on swiftly to another topic as well. I want to engage with this topic before I ask you which icons you've packed at the start for the pre-order and how they've been upgraded. Just want to ask you, as a pre-ordering member, do you have any issues with the cards that you had access to as a special privilege being on the market? Does that bother you at all, or you just were like, yeah, it's fine. It's been a while since I've had that particular card in my club for a while, and now it's upgraded. It's on the market. I don't care. What's your take on it?
but I'm sitting on the fence here. It should, if it's an exclusive thing, don't release it. But if I can pack another one myself, then it'd be hypocritical to complain about it. So I'm a bit on the fence. Don't title it as an exclusive. Just say maybe even the caveat of it's a time limited exclusive card, but don't give it the whole title of it's special and then turn around and then release it for everybody else. Then, like I said, I'd be a hypocrite if I packed one and it was a good one. I'd be happy. So,
Yeah,
50-50 on it.
that's fair enough. I think we did technically have an exclusive base version of that card for about 2-3 months, so I get that. But I think now the upgrades have come out, they're just in packs, and it just has, I think, some of the good ones. Like, I think, Neil, who did you pack from your pre-order Icon SBC? Icon pre-order.
I packed Tony Cruz. I think
And
he seems good. You can get an hour out of him, and then you need to sub him. He's always knackered. But I think the only thing that bothers me is that these upgrades come out on the Thursday. Is that right? They released the packs. They released these in packs on Friday. Why not give us a week? Give us a week. Release them next week. And if you're going to release them and people pack them, fine. That's understand. I get that. That's fair enough. But
a week would have been
nice. We get a 1 day advantage of it. I mean, Cruz looks to be very good.
He isn't very expensive, is he? He's only
100k or something.
100k, yeah. So I think that's the part that I have. I think when you don't have a value against these cards, they suddenly appear a lot more special than a 100k card. It suddenly feels like a very basic card, even though it's a cool looking card. It's a cool card. So yeah, that's meant. So you had Cruz. What about you, Homer? Who did you pack?
I get Cha, the South Korean striker.
Boomkun Cha, nice.
Yeah, I've not liked his upgrade at all. I think he's more suited for.
Has he?
I guess it's not been downgraded per se, but it doesn't feel as good. I don't know if that's just gameplay in general. I've said this before, but I don't know if gameplay in general is just not good. So given that, I don't know if that's just clouding both my judgment in the sense of obviously poor gameplay is making him poor, and poor gameplay is just making me not enjoy what it is. So I will give it that caveat. I do like to try and play devil's advocate and see both sides of the fence and everything, but I think he's more suited to being a right winger now than a forward, and I don't use a right wing, so he's not suited to me in any way, shape, or form. So I feel his finishing's weaker. I generally haven't looked at the change in his stats or anything, but his finishing feels weaker. He's got a speed play style, and he doesn't even feel fast. There's just so many things that's just like what he was good at before isn't good now, and maybe it's just an adaptability time. Gameplay needs to be better. Could be many things, but I just not enjoyed them at all.
There have been quite a few cards that have had weird downgrades. Like I think some of them, like CC had stamina downgrades. I think Chiellini had some composure, and I can't remember. There's another stat of his that got downgraded. That doesn't make any sense to me
They
because if it's
fixed
an
it though,
upgraded
didn't
card,
they?
oh,
There was
did
an
they?
issue.
Oh, okay,
Apparently so. There was a couple they had to fix.
Yeah, well, they
that
fixed
makes
them, but
complete sense.
Oliver Kahn still has lesser reactions. Like, maybe if
Yeah.
they explained it, maybe if they turn around and say, well, this reflects a different part of their career now. So these cards were the beginning of their career, so they were faster and more athletic and things like that. But now this reflects a later part of their career where they're older, they're not as fast, their reactions may have waned a wee bit. Explain that to us, maybe, but there's been no explanation why. Like, Can, who's arguably one of the greatest keepers ever, is weaker than he was before. Like, because
Yeah.
Can got better and better, like, as he went on in his career. Like, I don't get it.
I'm just glad
Yeah, I
my
do remember,
Tony.
like,
I'm just glad my Tony Cruz doesn't have 54 pace like previous FIFA cards.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Did you remember a couple of years ago when we had the base and mid icons where the base Rio Ferdinand was always more expensive and more useful than the mid Rio Ferdinand because he had faster speed? And I think that's where I think the community as a whole has forgotten that component where the base to the mid, the jump, the overall would go up for per se, but then the actual in-game stats that people look at were going down. That made the card good or bad based on the upgrades. For example, mid Eusebio was nothing as good as base Eusebio. It's a stupid thing. Like you would think the mid version would be like the better version, but it wasn't. I think the mid Cruyff was not as good as the base Cruyff. It was a whole lot of things like that were back in the day, but I thought we were well and truly away from that sort of situation. But it's still there. So look, at the end of the day, I think if you've packed a good card, a usable card, good on you. Or you could be like me and pack a card of a club that you don't really fancy as much, like Steven Gerrard. I packed Steven Gerrard, barely used him for the base version, upgraded version, used him for one game. He's as bad as he was. And for my sins, for my actual sins, I did an icon SBC, and lo and behold, I packed Steven Gerrard in
Well,
my
lucky
icon
you.
SBC as
Lucky
well.
you.
I know I'm just a glutton for punishment. So anyway, those are my sorrows. I can keep them on the side. We have a couple of questions that have come in for today's board, and I think some really interesting questions from our good old mate John, Talking Foot. Right. So one of the questions he's asked, which I think unanimously we might agree, is what do you think of the third Flash tournament? No fouls, offside. Is this good, bad, or fun? Are you having fun at all with this game mode? And I think
Brilliant.
we've touched it. Yeah,
Good and fun.
unfortunately.
They should introduce it into champs and rivals, to be honest.
What a good way to get rid of the frustration. I completely agree with you, gents. I'm sorry, John. We do enjoy this mode just because I think we can release our inner frustration and not really play it. And if someone does something wrong to you, you can just go slide in. And if you miss the slide tackle and the guy just jumps away and scores a goal against you, it's your fault then. You made the mistake. So, yep, good fun, something different. It doesn't have to be all the time, but yeah, something different. Other question that's come in is, who do you think the three new heroes are for the Jogo Bonito? And more importantly, who would you like? So, interesting take. Homer, I think Neil and I just knew of one of the heroes that are coming through. That was Ricardo Quaresma, who I absolutely love as a footballer, and I'm really looking forward to using him. And who are the other two, Homer, that you had discovered to be as part of the Jogo Bonito hero promo?
If the leaks and the rumours are right, then it's Pablo Aimar, the Argentinian cam, and
Oh, yeah.
Naseeb, who is a former female footballer. She played for Lyoness as a cam. Now, I'm not sure if this is 100% right, because given that it's Joga Bonito, it should be Brazilians in my opinion, but that's it's been linked to me.
No, that makes complete sense. I think Quaresma, we all know, is due to come out, and Jogo Bonito makes complete sense for a card like Quaresma. Aymar, probably, I don't remember him being the most skillful of players. He was skillful, definitely, but I wouldn't put him in the same category as Quaresma, just purely from a Jogo Bonito point of view. And the female player, I've never heard of her till earlier when we were speaking. So fingers crossed she's good. But Neil, any of these particular your interest?
Not really. I would personally like the whole thing revamped, I think. I would like to see, I'm sure Mage here, I'm 42, so I would like to see no icons over the year 2000, for instance. I would like icons 2000 less, and anything above the 2000 should be heroes. And they should make the hero cards, if not as why not make them as good as icons and make them as prestigious icons? Have later on players. I don't like Marcelo as an icon, a guy who I watched play a couple of years ago, for instance, Gareth Bale. I think they're great cards and fantastic, but I think they would be cooler cards as really good icons. And I would like to see, they would be really good heroes. And I would like to see icons as an older golden generation as such. P2000 would be my cut off for that. There's loads of cards I would love to see in the game. Quaresma being one of them, he'd be quite cool to use. Pablo Aymar would probably be quite a cool card to use as well. I like last year's edition of Barbo, Doumbia and Gervinho. They were good additions, but that's how I would like to see it done. I'd like to see Ibrahimovic as a really cool hero with such a cool hero animation, opposed to just an icon for me. I would like it to be done like that.
That's an interesting take. I think older generation keep them as icons because in our heads they are icons. For the newer generation, anyone that's after 2000, keep them as heroes. There's some logic in there. There's a solid logic in there. Then what about Arna?
Could argue he played best in his 90s.
A good one. Nice. That's completely fair. I think there is some credence to that. I think they have tried, like for example, the likes of Rui Costa and things, Nakata, who were icons have converted into heroes. So who knows? They might do some of these corrections. But I think from the whole level of player point of view, I kind of do agree that Marcelo can fit into, just purely on a level of player basis. I think he kind of can pass off as an icon. Same with Gareth Bale, can pass off as an icon. Yeah, people like Hazard, level of player, hero, no problem. There is some logic I think I can probably understand, but I do like your version a lot better. Makes it more interesting. Lastly, the question from John: what formation are you currently using, and are you being different? Are you fitting in the best players, or anything unique about your team? What about you, Neil? I heard you had this new formation 4-5-1. Are you?
Not really.
No,
we've already discussed it. There's no room to play attacking formations, and there's no way to really. You can experiment with players, yeah, but formation wise, you can't do it at the moment. There's no formations to play other than a 4-5-1 or a 4-4-1-1. If anybody has a better formation that works for them, good luck to them. Personally, I'm unless you're defending as a bank of seven, you're just getting punished for trying to defend manually. And frankly, if you're trying to play attacking football in this game, it's not the game for it. You can't do it. You're not going to win because the player base you're playing against are happy just to sit back. So sit back and then punish you in the break. If you try and manual defend that, you're punished. It's no fun. And that's the current state of the game. It's not fun.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Maybe we need like Talking Foot John, for instance, with that attitude to make the game fun.
Yeah, completely agree. Homer, tried anything new, playing any different formation, or same 4-2-3-1, 4-5-1, 4-4-1-1?
So my main team is 4-4-1-1, but I have been trial and error in a lot of formations because I don't like the 4-1-1-1. I am not playing 4-5-1. Could not pay me to play it. I am not going to do it. I will not compromise my principles and just to win a game. So I tried the 4-2-1-3. It's not a formation I personally like. I think it's like the 4-5-1. It's got advantages. If I could tweak it or tailor it, I might get some joy out of it. I've also been trying the 5-3-2 and the 3-5-2 and have 4 4-2-2-2 lined up to try out. But as Neil says, it's hard. I like to play attacking football. I like to get the ball in at my centre backs out wide, in at my midfield. I like to play triangles. I like to try and force the other player back and then make that space, which at the moment the game doesn't allow.
You don't need to force them back either. I play to sit back.
I have noticed one criticism I had was my players were dropping back too much over the last couple of weeks. I'm still playing 80 depth, but I've noticed recently my backline is staying at the halfway line now, which to my absolute horrific problems is that as soon as I lose the ball, the team just swarms and counters. My team's too slow getting back because I'm playing too high and I'm getting countered openly easily. So I'm trying to find that happy medium, and right now it's not coming. But there is, for 4-5-1 is really strong. It is for a reason. Stingray was a genius for figuring it out, but other formations do work. It's just finding that happy medium and that patience with them. So maybe in the next couple of weeks I might have a better solution. But 5-3-2 was good to counter, but you lacked that control of midfield. 4-2-3-1 was the same, like good to counter, but you lacked control. So I'm hoping maybe 4-2-2-2 gives me something where I'm looking for, but nothing to really write home about at the moment.
Yeah, no, I think 4-2-3-1 is probably the most. It's weird when 4-2-3-1 is the hipster formation in my head, where it's not. Like 4-2-3-1 is like basic bread and butter, because 4-5-1 is so bloody effective. It's so effective having those three central midfielders, and if you have three really good central midfielders can do three separate things and are good at different things and also solid, you can just take over the game. You can literally take over the game, and as you said, counter-attacking with three central midfielders and passing those through balls across to your LMs, RMs, and your striker is just goal fest with that regard. So I really want to try back some three back. I tried some three back for a while. It was really good, but then one of the patches changed it where it was really impossible to defend diagonals. Five backs, I haven't really tried too many five backs, so I probably should try that five backs as well to see what the difference is. I haven't tried too many formations, and I think 4-2-3-1 is probably the most different thing that I've done this week, and I've enjoyed. I really enjoyed the 4-2-3-1, but there's nothing unique about it. Nothing unique about it. Gents, any player that you've tried this week that's really stood out for you guys?
Nothing really. Pack Watts, he seems to be quite good with his incisive pass.
Oh
but
yeah,
nothing majorly to report home about. I've tried Capita at centre back. He seems to be really quick, snap into the tackle. From the SBC, Chalanoglu, for Homer,
yeah.
I've managed to put him in. I've managed to get him in full chem, the deep line playmaker. He's got a great engine on him. He lasts full 90 minutes. He seems to be really good, and he's got incisive pass. No, sorry, ping pass plus. He seems to be really, really good. Who I've now dropped Tony Cruz for, but I don't really have a player as such to get tucked into.
Has Wirtz got into your main squad?
Yes, he's brilliant. He's my best cam I've used all year. Plays Shadow Striker plus. His incisive passes make a difference. Passing play styles in this game are a must-have. And if you've got a plus on one of them, he gets into the box and he scores as well. He's really expensive. I was surprised how expensive he was because he's an 89. His gold card's an 89. He's really good. I could fault him. He seems to be excellent.
Wonderful. Homo, have you tried anyone that was unique enough this year?
I've not really, to be honest. I packed All Black, but he doesn't fit my team, so I've not tried him. I tried Vlahovic for a couple of games, a few games. Strong. He's got good finishing playstyles, but his playstyle plus his power shot lacks good passing, so he's a bit clunky as well. Obviously, I said I tried Torres, played him in 5 weekend league games, scored 10 goals, but again, passing wise, clunky. He lacks a lot. So nobody that I would suggest to write home about, to be honest. I did pack Reinders in form this morning, so
oh yeah, that's a good card.
It pains me, but I'm going to try him out. I'm going to try something new, try using him. But I hate chasing the meta. I hate trying the same thing everybody else uses.
Does he still get his tiki taka?
No, it's the
he's got
incisive one.
Still very good.
Still very, very good.
It's the whole meta thing. I like to be anti-meta, so
I get that.
I'll use them, but I'm not too keen on using them.
I enjoy being anti-meta too. Well, I run Bun Matty as my centre mid as well.
That's very anti-meta, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only one player that I've tried is not really a unique player, but it's Kobe Manu with an Evo upgrade. So one of the Flash Evos that upgraded his physicality. Oh, it's just 95 balance with that physicality just makes him a beast in game. I'm really enjoying. I'm trying out one of the United cards that I've been waiting to upgrade. I think I've done the right upgrade for him,
He was a
and he
cracking
just
card
glides
as
through
well,
the pitch.
Shaq. He was a cracking
Yeah,
card to
love it.
start with. It's probably the best out
Exactly.
that season pass.
I completely agree. Just talking about the season pass, I know, Homer. You will be a slightly you'll have some bias towards Barella being at level 40, but for the non-Inter fans, I think the season pass is a pretty basic one. I really am not looking forward to completing level 40, but Zola is interesting. Zola is quite interesting. I do fancy a Zola myself, but I've used Rodrigo from last week, the season pass level 40. It's just a basic card.
He's
Nothing
okay at
special about
striker.
that one.
He's okay at striker.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. But he's rubbish in the wing. He's not very good in
Yeah,
the wing.
he's not fast enough. Not fast enough. Not agile enough. Just not fun enough. It's just not fun.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Zola had a Team of the Year icon 2 years ago.
Last year.
Was it last year or the year before? And it was fantastic. That was a great card.
Fantastic.
If this Zola is anything like that, I'll be happy to try it, certainly.
I really want to try that Zola. But I haven't bought the season pass yet, so I haven't really decided whether I will. I probably will. If I get to Zola, I will unlock him.
I'll buy it once I get quite far into it. Probably just for the play styles and stuff. But the Evos, I've not actually really looked at it in depth, but I'll probably will buy it eventually.
That's fair enough. Gents, is there anything else we would like to discuss before we end the show?
As Homer says, let's see if they can pull a rabbit out the hat next week and try and give us something that we've not got, because the way the game, the way we're feeling at the moment, appreciating the pod that should be trying to put a bit of positivity into it and stuff, and it's hard to do it because we're not feeling it through the week. So hopefully, let's hope Homer's wish comes true.
My fingers crossed. I think Homer is being an eternal optimist, and I really hope he's right. I really hope he's right. Well, gents, if that's the case, let's call the pod. Neil, would you like to? Homer?
Drop it.
Or we're gonna drop it.